Diego Costa has scored for the first time in 7 Chelsea games. How important is that for you moving forwards, and how much confidence does that give, particularly him, for the coming weeks?
You know, I told after the match, for a striker is always important to not to be for a long time without scoring, because they feel the pressure. They live on goals. They don't score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 matches, and then the pressure comes. It happens with everyone. So for him, I think to score and to score the winning goal can have a positive influence. For the team, win is good, but when we lost matches before Champions League matches, we always told, let's focus on Champions League and forget the Premier League. So because we won, I'm not going to change that approach. In the Champions League, we are okay. We didn't qualify yet, but we are okay. We have everything in our hands. We can still finish first, if not first, second. But we depend on the result, and it would be good for us to qualify tomorrow. And to qualify tomorrow, I think we need a victory, and maybe it's not enough. But I think it's important to try to win tomorrow. And if we play like we are playing, I think we have a chance, because we did well against Norwich. We did well in previous matches where we lost. So try to keep in the same line. I like the confidence that the team showed against Norwich. I like under the pressure of the need to get a result, but arriving at half time with a 0-0, kept in the same profile, in the same line. So I think players are confident. Players are getting their confidence back, and hopefully tomorrow we can do more.
You said that as far as Chelsea retaining the title was mission impossible. Do you see Leicester as title contenders?
Well, first of all, be or not to be title contenders, I think we should focus on what they are doing and say that they are doing amazingly well. And happy to see somebody that, when he signed for Leicester, all the bets will be the first one to be sacked, and then he's top of the league. I think, honestly, I don't think Ranieri and Leicester players, they will insult me if I say I don't believe they are going to be champions. I think they will accept my comment, but I hope that they feel more my compliments, and to say that they are doing amazingly well, and with all the respect they deserve for what they are doing.
You've worked with many of Europe's top strikers. I just wonder whether you have a view on what Jamie Vardy has achieved in scoring in 10
Look,
Premier League matches.
I don't want to analyze the boy, because if I do, you will get my words and we'll put into different perspectives, and you will say that I want to sign and I don't want to sign, and that's not the point. The point is, a super striker like Ruud van Nistelrooy did something historical in the Premier League, and the reality is that Vardy equalized the history and has a chance to go over it. So again, what they are doing and what he's doing individually is remarkable.
There's a lot of concern around Europe just at the moment about matches, about security. Do you have any concerns at all about coming to Israel to play this match?
You know, I think the best way is to focus on football and the happiness you have to play football, the responsibility you have to play football, and leave security questions to the people that they know more than we do, and they can do things that we can do. We can just focus about playing. I didn't have one single problem inside of the squad. I didn't have a Graham Lasso. I had everybody without fears, just wanted to come. I have even a player that maybe tomorrow or after tomorrow his wife can have a baby and he's here to play because he knows how important it is for us. So we are focused on what we have to do. We are very disappointed with the bad results that we had for a significant period of time, and we need to keep getting results for our happiness, for our pride, and obviously for the people that support us, Chelsea fans. He's one of the 20 with babies, because the factory is working well. Every 2 months we have a new baby.
Joseph Ben Mittelman, Channel 2 News here in Israel. We know that every game in the Premier League is a tough game. Do you think it's the same in the Champions League? Because obviously your first game against Maccabi looked like your most comfortable game this season.
Well, I know normally inexperienced teams in the Champions League, the first step for them is that at home they feel much more comfortable, and when they go away is a bit more difficult. I think Maccabi paid a little bit that price. They went to Stamford Bridge, first time in the Champions League for many of them. They go there. Chelsea started really well. It was raining. The pitch was really fast. Chelsea played really well. I think at home is different. I think the results in here against Porto and against Dinamo, the results, they could be completely different. They played well against Porto. They started very well. They had chances. Then one defensive mistake and they concede a goal and the game changed. But I think the approach is difficult. Is different. They feel the support. It's not Tel Aviv, but it's Israel. They have their supporters. I think the game will be much more difficult for us. And I don't think about a result like Stamford Bridge. I just think about 3 points we have to try.
Coach Moti from Sport Channel in Israel. The win against Maccabi at Stamford Bridge was very important for you. How do you rate tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow is simple. If we lose, we are in trouble. If we lose, we depend of other results. If we get a draw, we can qualify in the last game, but we cannot be first. If we win, maybe we qualify tomorrow, and we have a big chance to finish first. So the result tomorrow is very important for us. The game at Stamford Bridge was just the beginning. First match, obligation to win, because first match at home, we did that. But then the group is difficult. The fact that Maccabi lost both matches at home gave 3 points, 3 away points for Porto and Dinamo. And we need points tomorrow. So the game is much more important for us than for Maccabi. Maccabi is not playing to qualify now. We are playing to qualify, so it's much more important for us. But I know that they will come with everything they have, and they will try to win points.
Hi, Jose. 2 questions, please. First of all, how do you prepare your team and make sure that they don't underestimate Maccabi players tomorrow after beating them so easily first time? And second thing, do you think that maybe Chelsea has better chances to participate next season in the Champions League by winning the competition this season and not getting just to the top 4 in England?
Well, I spoke with the players this morning about it, and it was simple because I gave the example of last season against Maribor. We played Maribor in Stamford Bridge. I don't remember the result, but I think it was 5 or 6. And then a few weeks later we go to Slovenia, and we drew. And because we drew, we need the last match to qualify first, so we put ourselves in trouble. The attitude was not the best in Slovenia, and we paid the price of that. So it was simple, just an example to make them remember that you cannot underestimate. you have to understand the difference of play at home and play away. And I hope they learn from experiences, because experiences in football, especially the negative experiences, you get used to it. In relation to the qualification to the Champions League, you know, in many things, I think I have a little finger that makes me analyze things before they happen. I remember that I told a lot of times 2 years ago Man United didn't qualify for the Champions League. Last year Liverpool didn't qualify for the Champions League. And I told before the season start that this season another big team will not qualify for the Champions League, and we have to make sure that that big team is not Chelsea. Because I know that how the Premier League is in this moment is a complete different reality than years ago. There is this risk. How can we qualify to the Champions League? I think we have to fight the next match. So next match is Champions League. We have to fight that match, believing that is a way that can take us to Champions League football next season. But after tomorrow, we will look at the Premier League match against Tottenham, and we have to think that more than 20 matches to play, more than 60 points to play for, and the Premier League is still a window of opportunity for us to qualify.
Coach, do you feel that tomorrow a good result for you could perhaps bring a fundamental change to the way things have been going for you this season?
I don't know, and I don't want to go in that direction. I think we have to go match after match. Match after match. Tomorrow is Champions League. I repeat, Champions League, we are not doing bad. We have destiny in our hands. We can finish first. But tomorrow is a crucial match for us. A defeat put us in a difficult situation, and the victory put us in great conditions to finish even first. So I prefer to focus on the game and in the competition, and not in the overall picture of the season.
Hi. The stats show that your players have played most games since 2012 in the Premier, international games and club games. Do you think it has an effect on their shape this season? And do you think there are too many games in a season, football games?
Well, I think there are too many games, but it's not just for us. It's for every club with players involved in every competition. European competition, domestic competitions, national team players playing World Cups, European Cups, some of them African Cups, some of them American Cup, and difficult to have a good period of holiday, and sooner or later you pay the price. We decided last summer, we decided to give the players a proper holiday. We thought that they did a lot in the previous season. They were consecutively involved in competitions. We had players in the American Cup too. We had players with international matches for the national teams when they should be in holidays. So we decided to give them a proper holiday, believing that the crucial period of the season starts in February. What we couldn't imagine was that the pressure of the bad results would push us in the direction of so many bad results. Another approach is not to give holiday, is to give them 2 weeks holiday to start the pre-season very, very early, and then pay the price later, because there are no miracles. Nobody can be 11 months in the top of their form. So I think the teams without so many international players are teams with conditions to have everything. So they can come to the competition very, very strong because they start early. They don't have an accumulation of matches during the season. So it's another factor that reduces the difference between the top teams and the other teams, and allows the other teams to close the gap and to come to our objectives. I think it's nice. More difficult for us, but I think it's nice.
Okay, let's take two more. Yes.
Jose, your old club Real Madrid have called a press conference this evening. It might be that Benitez is leaving. I'm just wondering, did you watch El Clasico on Saturday, and what did you make of the performance?
Look, I'm going to tell you exactly what I was commenting in my table at lunch. I left Chelsea in 2007, right? In the end of September of 2007, and I was waiting 8 months to work again when I went to Inter. During that period, I gave 0 interviews. Not one word about Chelsea, not one word about the clubs in trouble, not one word about the clubs where the coach was losing matches. I closed my mouth for 8 months. I think football is for the people that is working in football, not for the others. In this moment, I see so many people speaking, especially about the clubs in trouble. Is amazing the lack of respect. Is amazing the lack of ethics. And if I speak about Real Madrid, I speak when they are winning, not when they are losing. So from me, words about the Clásico, 0.
Final question here, thanks.
Don't you feel that maybe the thing that is lacking for Real Madrid and maybe Cristiano Ronaldo is Jose Mourinho after watching the Clásico?
It's the same kind of question. First of all, I don't enjoy other people losing matches. I enjoy my club winning matches. I don't smile with defeats from other teams. I smile with my victories. That's why I don't smile a lot in the last 4 or 5 months.
Do you have any security concerns about coming and playing in Israel with everything else that's going on around in Europe at the moment?
Everything is perfect. We came here to play football, as you know, and we feel very good. So we are focused only on the game tomorrow, and that's it.
Have you played here before?
Yes,
for the
I played
national team?
Yeah, under 21, and I have good memories from here.
What happened?
I scored 2 goals.
You could have scored a goal at the weekend against Norwich. How do you assess your form right now?
My personal, I think that like everyone in the team, I try to give my best to help the team, to be on a good way. So I try every day to work hard, and I'm happy. I'm happy because I give my best. Sometimes this is good, sometimes it's not good enough, but the most important that everyone gives his best for the team, and I'm trying to do that.
So how do you explain Chelsea's start of the season? We are a third of the way through the season already, and having won the title last season, it hasn't been a great start, particularly as far as the league is concerned.
This is a football, and in football you can see something like this. As you know, we were champions. We didn't start well. After that, every team have extra motivation when they play against champion, and we were not in a good moment. We didn't play so well, but I'm sure that we have quality enough to be on the same way like we was last season. To be honest, we played good some games this season also, which we didn't have lucky to score goals and to get points. And now we are 15, I think, on the table, and we have to cope with that. And I'm sure that we have quality to win a lot of games until the end. The season is long, as you know, and we never give up.
Do you sense you are turning things around, that you're making steps in the right direction?
We cannot do everything in one day, step by step, game by game. We'll try to do the best for our club, for our supporters, and I'm sure that we will do, because when you have a lot of good players in the team like we have, the teams sometimes has to be good, and I'm sure that we will catch first four until the end of the season.
Do you sense it might be a long process?
We have until the end of the May, I think. So we have a lot of games until the end, and as I said, we don't give up.
Good afternoon, Nemanja. You know the goalkeeper of Macabi Tel Aviv, Predrag Rajkovic. Until now, we got a lot of criticism about his performance. He came to Maccabi in a very young age. What can you tell us about Rajko? What do you think about him as a goalkeeper?
As you know, he won the World Cup with Serbia. He was chosen for the best goalkeeper in the world in his age. So he's very young. He's very talented, so he just needs to continue to work hard because he still can play 20 years. So I don't scare for him. He needs to know that in the football is like this. Sometimes you are good, sometimes you don't play good enough, and he needs to cope with his critics. And what I can say about him is that he's great goalkeeper, great person. So I'm sure that in the future he will be great goalkeeper, and he will play for big teams.
Hi. Do you have any type of relationship from the past with the coach of Maccabi Tel Aviv, Slaviša Djokanovic, and also Nikolaj Mitrovic? There's obviously a number of Serbian players in Maccabi Tel Aviv.
Of course, that I know all of them, and especially Jokanovic. He was a great player. He played for Yugoslavian national team. He was a coach in Partizan Belgrade, and he was in Watford. And I know him personally. He's a great man. And who was with him in Partizan said that he's a great coach. So I have only positive things to say about him.
Andy over here on the right.
Nemanja, is it just us in the press box who think we can see a more confident Nemanja Matic as we did on Saturday, or do you yourself feel it now more in yourself? And secondly, are you expecting a baby anytime soon?
The manager said one of the players is expecting a baby. So.
Not me, I have two already, so I will wait a little bit. Of course, that when the team plays better and when we win, is easier to say that, yeah, I'm playing good. But as I said before, I always try to give my best, and it's easier to see that someone play good when we win. On Saturday, I think that every player who played gave his best, and this is a result. We deserve to win, not only 1-0. I think that we deserve to score more goals, and like everyone in the team, I hope that we are on a good way.